Religion is not that important.
But if you're a woman, you have to cover up, you have to wear a tabard. Very restrictive for a woman.
Chop somebody's hands off or they're going to cut somebody's head off. They'll do it on a Friday.
In the UK, media portrayals of Islam often oscillate between controversy and sensationalism, from newsrooms to dramas. The narrative can sometimes blur the lines between fact and fiction. These portrayals don't exist in a vacuum. They influence perceptions, fuel prejudices, and sometimes incite real-world consequences for Muslim communities across Britain. But beyond the headlines and broadcasts, what do everyday Britons truly think about Islam? Let's step away from the screens and into the streets to find out.
When you think about Islam, what's the first word that comes up to your mind?
I think the first thing I'd say is a lot of my friends are Muslim.
Yeah.
Religion can be very beautiful. In the modern world, a lot of problems get blamed on religion, which are actually economic, and it's used as a scapegoat, and it can cause a lot of division as well as beautiful things. Islam, brilliant religion. I mean, I don't know a lot about it.
What do you think about Islam?
I think Islam is a religion that people are entitled to follow, as we all are, and
Alright guys, so I'm currently at a train station and I've just seen a beautiful lady sitting down there. Let's try to get her number. Let's do it. Hopefully she'll accept. I'm a bit nervous, but yeah, let's go, let's get on with it. She's just there. Hi my lady, hi. Sorry to disturb you, but are you always this good to make people stop on their tracks?
Why? What's it like?
I don't know, just like, walking that way and I saw you and I'm lost and I don't know where I'm going anymore. Can you believe that?
It's funny. That's always good.
Only if it's true. But anyway, where are you off to?
I'm going to London.
Are you going there alone?
Yeah.
Can I join you?
Maybe if you want to. Do you have tickets?
The last minute ticket is going to be really expensive, so
But
do you have any idea?
If you use Trip.com.
Trip.com?
Yeah. They have cheapest train tickets, and if you can split your tickets, you can save 30% off.
30% off? Are you kidding me?
You need to download that app, and if you search for UK 16 on the homepage, you can get 5% off train tickets and 20% off records for the hotels,
Yes.
car rentals, and even some attractions. They still have some discount up to 10% off.
Alright, perfect. So maybe we can spend a night together and the next day we can, visit London. Big Ben, maybe try some fish and chips. What do you think?
I think it's good.
So, what's your opinion about Islam?
Discipline. Lots of Muslim friends, and I've also got a Muslim girlfriend.
Oh wow!
So yeah, and I'm very close to being Muslim. I live largely a Muslim life, to be fair.
That's so interesting. Wow! So yourself, in your situation, you are following the Muslim rules since you are dating or married. You have like a Muslim wife.
Yeah, I followed them pretty much before anyway. I just didn't realise that's what I was following.
Wow.
But now I'm kind of doing it, so I'm fasting currently.
Will you consider converting yourself?
Yeah, I'm considering it. I just need to know more about it, which I'm currently in the process of learning. I'm just basically learning from a girlfriend, and she's teaching me as I go along. I've been to mosque a couple of times. That's about it.
Do you think Muslims in the UK are misportrayed in this country?
Yeah, 100%. I think not just in this country. It seems to be all over the place. Muslims are just... I think there's a whole agenda to seeming to smear Muslims. I think, in a lot of different places. I've never really met anybody who's kind of prejudiced against Muslims, who've actually met and spent time with Muslims, who holds on to that prejudice. So once you actually are around people and people get to know you, that will disappear. But there seems to be, I think, largely coming from the government and from the television and the media, that seems to be sold to people who haven't done any research for themselves, but as soon as they actually meet people and actually get involved in community, that'll disappear.
What do you think about the Islamic religion, Islam? What do you think about that?
I don't really want to comment, but I don't think it's up to much, basically.
All right.
So I think some of the laws are not very good.
All right.
Especially with the age gap, the children kind of thing.
Yeah.
If that makes sense without saying anything.
So that religion makes you afraid, you would say? It's a bit like scary.
It doesn't make me afraid, but it's just wrong with children, basically.
Do you have any Muslim friends yourself?
Oh, I've got no. I'm not racist whatsoever. I've got their beliefs is their beliefs, but some of their beliefs is, I don't know. They're in question. But some of the beliefs you can get married at certain ages.
Okay, yeah.
I don't agree with that.
Probably the fastest growing religion in the world, whether that's through conversions or through higher birth rates. But I have a lot of friends who are Muslims, but I don't particularly think about the religion itself.
What's the first sort of like feeling that comes to your mind when you're thinking about that religion?
Whatever suits the individual, isn't it? Everyone's got their own beliefs.
It's just another religion.
There's some countries I'd like to go to that I can't as a woman. That's the only thing. I think it is a very male-dominated religion.
Okay.
So I'd like to travel to, I know you can't go to Iran at the moment, but sort of around what was the old Persia. But as a woman, single traveller, it is very difficult still.
Okay.
Because you are a woman. But other than that, it's fine. But if you're a woman, you have to cover up, you have to wear a tabard. So very restrictive for a woman. But as a man, you're fine. Their beliefs, it's up to them and it's their country, so we just have to follow their beliefs of what they do. So,
what was your favourite country, like Muslim country?
Oh, Muslim country.
Yeah.
I love Turkey. That's a Muslim country. It's probably my favourite country. I go there all the time, go there every year.
What do you like about Turkey?
Food.
Oh.
Better than France.
When you're thinking about Islam, what comes to your mind?
Just regard it as another religion amongst many, right? Most that have it as their religion are perfectly fine. Just attract some extremists.
So yourself, you have some, Muslim friends, and they helped you understanding, you would say, the religion?
A little, yes.
Okay.
Yes, I mean, I have a son-in-law that is, so it doesn't force it upon us or anything like that, and that's the way I prefer people to be that don't force things, but respect people, and I just allow them to get on with their own things. Yes.
What do you think about Islam, the religion?
Well, I lived in Saudi Arabia for 4 years.
Wow.
So I lived under Sharia law. There's a lot of good things about it.
Such as, you think?
Well, very caring towards the families, a very strong code of conduct.
All right.
And it's good.
Did you ever consider converting yourself?
No.
No?
No. Yeah, I'm Christian. So you get asked that on the way in on the plane.
Okay.
What religion are you? So obviously you can't have nothing. You've got to take one or the other. So Christian, yeah.
And why did you come back to the UK? You didn't want to stay in Saudi Arabia?
I came back because my mother was ill. So I would never have come back.
All right.
Because I loved it over there. Because the weather's so wonderful.
Yeah.
What were you doing in Saudi Arabia?
I was working for the Royal Saudi Air Force. Well, I work as a military contractor.
And do you think Muslims in the UK are misportrayed?
It's just a changing world, so I think I'm all right with it.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are. So, especially my age. So
They're afraid, or why you think?
I don't know, because they grew up in a totally white environment, white country, So yeah, I'm fine with it. I'm fine.
That's interesting. Do you have any Muslim friend yourself?
I did in Saudi Arabia. Yeah.
You're still in contact with them?
No, unfortunately, no. I mean, I don't do the Facebook stuff. I don't do any of that. So, like I say, they've got a very strong code of conduct, and I do respect that a great deal.
And when you were in Saudi Arabia yourself, did you participate to some Muslim ceremonies, such as the Ramadan?
No, we were told not to.
You were told not to?
By the security people.
They were afraid?
It's just because you can be a target of violence.
Oh.
So you've got to be careful. We tended to keep away from, Friday is the big day over there, and also that's when they do all the if they're gonna chop somebody's hands off or they're gonna cut somebody's head off, they'll do it on a Friday.
Okay, wow, so it's really strict in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, it's very strict. Oh God, yeah, very strict, very, very strict. It's the strictest Muslim country in the world.
Have you ever seen someone getting his hands chopped off?
No. But you hear about it because you stay away from it. You've got to, because otherwise you could be part of it. You could be part of the actual, the actual ceremony. So there's a lot of good things. There's a lot of good things there. The food's fabulous. It's better than the UK. I think it is anyway.
So what comes to mind when you're thinking about Islam?
Okay, so just from people that I work with, I know that it's a faith that millions of people around the world follow. And the first word that comes to mind that I know of is peace, but I know it's portrayed really differently in the media.
In the British media, how do they portray Islam in your own experience?
I think it depends what you read and what you listen to, but it tends to be negative and associated with conflict, which might be true to an extent. But I think there's a lot more to it that I think you have to work a bit harder to find different perspectives which are closer to the truth.
Did you ever consider converting yourself? Did that idea came up to your mind?
No, not really. I'm perhaps less fond of organised religion as an individual, but I've got respect for faiths in general.
Most Islamists are very decent, nice people.
Yeah.
But you get a few who are extremists, and they shouldn't be in this country. They just bring the whole reputation of religion down. But I'll say it's just these few that just spoil the whole thing for everybody else. Yeah. Religion is not that important. I mean, it's personal relationships that are important. When you think of the size of the universe, the millions of planets and things like that, what does religion mean in that context? Nothing.